Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Ever since I started my YouTube channel, and even before really when I started to watch people on YouTube doing what you might call bushcraft, I saw them using knives from a company called Mora. These knives from Sweden are not only well priced but extremely good quality, and it didn't take me very long till I ordered my first one. Now, I'll admit that it has steadily grown over the years, and it's easy to collect Moras because they're generally not very expensive. I thought today we'd look at my entire Mora collection, just in case you're looking at different knives. You could take a look at them. I can show you a little bit about them, specs and things like that. So stay tuned, and we're going to take a look at my collection from the company Mora. Thanks for watching, guys. Now, the Mora website says they've been creating knives for over 400 years, and it started way back. Now, the modern day company was envisioned in 1891 by a gentleman named Frost Erik Erson as he came back from North America. After his time in North America working in the lumber industry, he ended up in the village of Osner in Mora. That same year, he founded a timber sledge company that eventually became the company that produces modern day Mora knives. By 1904, the company had 10 employees and had made 19,000 knives a year, and the rest, as they say, is history. This company went through several name changes and ownership changes, but that original company back in 1891 is what started it all and is today's modern day Mora. Let's take a look at my Mora collection, starting with the very first one that I purchased many years ago. The very first Mora that I purchased was this one right here. This is the Mora Companion. Now, quite a few of these will have some accessories attached to them. These are 3D printed parts. I'm going to have an entire video on 3D printed parts for my Mora, so if I have already published it, I'll leave it down in the description below. If not, I'll make sure and try to add that later. But stay tuned because I will be having quite a few add-ons. Some of them, like this one, are permanently kind of attached with tape, so I don't want to take it off. Nonetheless, the overall length on this Mora Companion is 8.6 inches. Blade length, we'll pull it out. Blade length is 4.1 inches. The blade thickness is 2 millimeters. Weight with the sheath is 3.9 ounces. The blade is high carbon steel. It has a Scandinavian grind, which is pretty much the same for all of these knives, so I'm not going to really talk about the Scandinavian grind. You can see it right there. This edge comes from the factory rounded. If you want to strike a ferro rod with it, you will need to grind it down yourself. This original one I did not. It's still rounded over, but quite a few of my other ones I have ground down so that I can use it with a ferro rod. Has the very nice rubberized grip, very nice in the feel in the hand, and it comes with this very utilitarian kind of standard Mora sheath. Cost currently, these are all current as of summer of 2021. Cost currently is $18, which is a pretty darn good price for the Mora Companion. Almost immediately after I got this Mora Companion HD, again, we can pop off this 3D printed part and you guys can see what makes it different and what makes it HD is the thickness of the blade. Overall length is 8.8 inches. Blade length is again 4.1 inches. The thickness is 3.2 millimeters, quite a bit thicker, and this one is ground down, so it's got a sharp edge so that I can strike a ferro rod with it. Weight with the sheath is 4.8 ounces. It is, again, a high carbon steel blade with a Scandinavian grind. You can see a little rust here from the Louisiana humidity. I do my best. Even indoors now with a climate control area, I still get rust, and I have to go through these knives probably every 2 or 3 months and get a little bit off of them. It does come factory with a rounded edge, so if you want to put that in, you have to do it yourself. It comes with the same kind of plastic sheath. It's basically the Companion, just a little bit more heavy duty, as it says. That is because of the thickness of the blade. Price is $23. Very nice price. From the Companion series, I moved to the Robust series, another very nice 3D printed accessory here. This is the Craftline Robust. Pull it out and show you guys. It is a little bit different than the Companion series. Overall length is 8.25 inches. Blade length is smaller, 3.6 inches. The blade thickness, once again, this is a heavy duty, so it is 3.2 millimeters. Weight with the sheath is 4.9 ounces. It has, again, a carbon steel blade. Comes with a rounded edge. This one, again, is ground down, so it's nice and sharp. Very nice ergonomic handle. You can kind of see the difference, but it fits in the hand. I have a very large hand. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I wear extra large gloves, but it still fits me very well. I mean, it's pretty much perfect. Cost is a pretty impressive $14. This Craftline series is a little bit cheaper than the Companion. Very, very nice knife. Hard to beat. Quite a few years ago, I got a gift from my buddy James at the Junkyard Fox. This is another Craftline knife. This is the Craftline Basic 511. Overall length is 8.25 inches. Blade length is 3.2. Blade thickness is only 2 millimeters, so it's a little bit different than the other one that I have. Weight is 3.9 inches. It is a carbon steel blade, comes with a rounded edge, not sharpened, although this one is sharpened by yours truly. Very ergonomic handle again. It's not as grippy as the Companions. That's one of the things that I like the Companions more. They have kind of a rubberized grip. This is just a plastic grip. $12, very inexpensive at $12. Now I have done a cold blue finish on this carbon steel. You can see it looks very nice. If you want to have a blued or darkened blade, it's not very difficult. Just keep it nice and oiled. Anyway, that is my Craftline Basic 511 Junkyard Fox Special. My next Mora was more just for fun. I wanted to get one of these old classic ones. This is the Classic number 2 model. Pull it out for you guys. This one's seen a little bit of wear. Overall length is a little bit longer than the other knives. This is 9.8 inches. Blade length is kind of that classic 4.1 inches. And the thickness on this one is a nice and thick 3.2 millimeters. Weight with the sheath is only 3.5 ounces. It is again a carbon steel blade. It's got this red stained birch handle, which is kind of classic for Mora knives. I really wanted a knife with this birch handle, and this is a perfect example. It has kind of the classic polymer sheath. These would have traditionally been leather, of course, and I have some similar knives from other companies that do come leather, but these Mora sheaths are they're just nice. They have these drainage holes if things get wet. This knife in particular saw a little bit of difficulty when my shop flooded. Now, it wasn't in the water, but it got so humid, this particular one, I had to spend some time getting a lot of rust off of it. That's why you can see a lot of kind of scratches and stuff here. But nonetheless, just adds a little bit to the patina. This is the Classic number 2. Now, for many years, Mora combined with the company Light My Fire to create a knife with an integrated fire steel in the handle. Now, that partnership ended, and that's when the Mora Spark was born. This is the Mora Spark. It is very much a Mora Companion with a little bit of changes to it. Overall length is 9.4 inches. Blade length is 4.1 inches, which is a pretty standard length for these blades. Blade thickness is 2.5 millimeters. Weight with the sheath is 4.5 ounces. Now, a couple of differences from the regular Companions. This is a stainless steel blade, which is really nice, especially in my environment. And it comes with a factory sharpened edge because you want to be able to use this integrated fire steel. You can see it right there. You just twist it off, pull it out, and you've got your fire steel. Pretty nice. It is a very nice fire steel, puts out tremendous sparks. Once you're done with it, you just pop it right back in place, and there you go. Because of the changes and especially the stainless steel blade and the integrated fire steel, it's a little more expensive, but still very reasonable. 28 bucks, guys. 28 bucks for this awesome stainless steel knife. It does have that rubberized, grippy handle like the Companions do. Definitely a great option if you want to get outdoors. Now we'll look at 2 larger knives. This is the Garter. Now we'll show you guys one thing. They've just released recently a survival kit for this. And again, if you have a 3D printer for about 20 cents worth of filament, you can make something very similar like this. I'm working on a design to integrate a diamond rod over on this side. I did not create this design, so I'm going to try to maybe adjust it a little bit. But nonetheless, again, shameless plug for my 3D printing Mora accessories video. Like I said, this is the Mora Garter. This was Mora's first full tang knife, so it got a lot of attention, and honestly, it deserves it because it's an awesome knife. Overall length is 9 inches, blade length is 4.3 inches, thickness is a very nice 3.2 millimeters and a very, very nice sharp edge straight out of the factory. Weight with the sheath is 9.6 ounces. It does have their Sandvik stainless steel blade, which again has become kind of my go-to. I don't use a lot of my carbon steel blades anymore because it's so hard to keep them from rusting here in Louisiana. It has a very nice ergonomic handle. It's kind of a combination between the Companion series and the Craftline, but it fits very nice in my hand. As you can see, once again, I have a large hand and it fits very nice. It has this exposed stainless steel. You can use this as kind of a hammer to get yourself out of a car, for example, in an emergency if you need to bust a window. It works extremely well. The polymer sheath is nice, and it also has quite a few available accessories. Like I said, you can also 3D print your own accessories. But for example, this right here, this is for belt carry. You can just pop this off just like that and put another accessory, but I tend to keep this right on there. It snaps into place really, really nicely. Cost, I probably paid $100 for it when it first came out. It's come down quite a bit. $67 when I checked now on Amazon. Very, very nice price for this awesome knife. Now, if you want something similar but don't want to spend the money, you can get the Mora Craftline. This is an awesome knife and just awesome. I love it. It's my favorite Mora, at least my favorite Mora at the moment. It is overall 8.9 inches. The blade length is 4.3 inches, very similar to the Garberg. Blade thickness is a little bit less at 2.5, but it works just fine. It is super sharpened, so it's a little bit lighter. In fact, it's a lot lighter. This weight is 4.7 ounces with the sheath, which is an impressive weight. Again, has the Sandvik stainless steel, has a sharpened spine, like I said, same ergonomic handle, and it is only $42. If you can look what an interesting blade it has, you can see right there the different contours. Just an awesome, awesome knife. The Mora Craftline. If you're looking for one knife, guys, this is probably it. Now we'll finish out the collection with a couple of smaller or different type Mora knives. This is the Mora Eldrs. This thing came out with much fanfare. It's a neck knife. Overall length, let's get it out of its little sheath here. Look at that cute little thing. Overall length is 5.6 inches. Blade length is 2.2. Thickness of the blade is 2 millimeters, and it is nice and sharp on the spine. Weight with the sheath is 2.8 ounces. Again, has a Sandvik stainless steel blade. It is designed to be a neck knife. It comes with all kinds of accessories. Cost at this time is $40. As with most things with Mora, they let out these new knives and they cost quite a bit more, and of course I buy them and then they get a lot cheaper. But you can see a very similar style to the grinding as with the Craftline. Very nice neck knife, very popular. I've given a couple of these out as gifts. I think they're just really nice little knives. Now, Mora makes all kinds of knives, including this fillet knife, which is going to maybe cause me to adjust my screen. No, we're good. So this is their fillet knife. Overall length, we'll pull it out. Got to be careful. This thing is super sharp. Overall length is 10.6 inches. Blade length is 6.1 inches. Thickness is only 1.9 millimeters. Overall weight with the sheath is 3.5 ounces. It's got a stainless steel blade. It's very flexible, as you would expect any fillet knife to be. It also has this kind of rinseable polymer sheath. It's got the holes in it, so if you've got fish guts all over it, you can just rinse the whole thing out and not worry about it. Let it dry, and you can put your knife right back in there. Fits beautifully in there. I've only used it a few times, but it has worked extremely well. Very nice grip on it, similar to the Companion series. Don't think that Mora just makes bushcraft type knives. They make kitchen knives and all kinds of stuff, but this fillet knife is awesome. Now this looks like your typical robust series knife, but it's actually something very different. It is a woodworking chisel, or just chisel in general, and this thing is awesome. Overall length is 7.75 inches. The blade length is 3 inches. Thickness is a very nice 3.1 millimeters. Weight with the sheath is 4.7 ounces. It's a single-sided chisel, like most chisels are. So you can see it's got a flat bottom, okay? And then the chiseled edges, and it's nice because it has a chisel edge on one side plus the top. So you can use this side as a chisel or this side. Most traditional chisels will just have the front and maybe the sides, but you've got a very long side of a chisel here. It is carbon steel, so you have to take very good care of it. And I'm not the biggest fan of the sheath per se. I wish it had a little bit of a different sheath, but nonetheless, 19 bucks, and that is a really good price for this chisel. If you're looking for something a little bit different from Mora, check this one out. Now, when I planned this video, I decided I just had to purchase a new Mora for the collection, and this is what I got. Check this thing out. Now, I already have one of these. This is the Craftline Basic 511, but it's in the colors of the Swedish flag. How cool is this thing? It is basically the same one that I have that y'all saw. That's the, let's see, gray model. There you go. You can see it's the same as the gray model, but it's a little bit different because it is in the Swedish flag colors, and I kind of thought that was cool. I saw it on Instagram and I had to search for it. I'll tell you guys where you can get it. This is more of a collector's edition for me. I found it at a place called Ragweed Forge. You can go to the ragweedforgestore.com. Get this, I paid $8 for this thing, $8, and they have a tremendous selection of Mora knives. I mean, an awesome amount. They wrote on there that this was a special edition, but they were able to get some for the United States market, and I picked one up. I think they still have some if you're interested. I think it's hard to beat for $8. Now you're going to pay for some shipping. Since I paid for shipping, I went ahead and bought a couple of other knives. I might have bought one of those Helle knives. I don't know if that's how you say it, Helle. I think Helle. I bought the Les Stroud Tamagami version, which you guys will be seeing here on the channel down the road once I use it more. This is an awesome little knife, just a collector's edition. Once again, check out the ragweedforgestore.com. I don't have any affiliation to them at all. I just thought it was pretty awesome, and when you find things like that and you want to share it, check it out. This is the last and newest of my Mora collection, but trust me guys, there are more to come. So that is a look at my collection, and people wonder why collect Mora knives. Well, let's take a look at mine from the standpoint of cost. I have 12 Mora knives, and if you add it all up, that's $334, an average of about $27 a knife. These are very good knives. A couple of those knives, like the Mora and the Chisel, are just more expensive, but you can get basic Craftlines for $10 or even less. If you're wanting to start a knife collection and your budget isn't very large, I think starting with Mora knives is a great idea, plus the fact that they are high quality. The steel they use is excellent. It's very easy to sharpen their Scandinavian grinds. In fact, I've always thought that Scandinavian grinds, at least for me, are the easiest to keep razor sharp. My favorite Mora knife at this time, as I said, and I even put in a video in the past, is the orange Mora Craftline. I think it is just a perfect knife for me. I got it for Christmas year before last, I think, and over the last year, it's probably been in my day ruck from the Hidden Woodsman 90% of the time that I head out. It's the perfect combination of size, feel. It has a stainless steel blade, which is really nice in a very hot and humid environment like Louisiana, and it keeps its edge for a very long time without me having to mess with sharpening too much. I just have to touch it up with a strop or every once in a while with a very fine hone, but it works great out in the field, and it is by far my favorite Mora knife. So what am I missing? I know all of you have some Mora that I don't have, so leave it down in the comments. Tell me what I need to buy next. Just don't tell my wife. I have quite a few dedicated reviews to certain Mora knives. I'll leave links down below. I know for sure the Chisel and the Garberg, I think I have complete reviews on, so I'll leave those down below. I also have an old video about Mora knives from the budget bushcraft standpoint. I'll leave a link to that down below as well. One of the very first things that got me into the outdoors is just sharp objects. I love knives, axes, even saws, and I have a pretty good collection of them, and I plan to continue that collection into the future. This is a collection that I can pass on to my son if he wants it, and it's just a lot of fun. Moras are great because you don't have to spend a lot of money, but you can still collect quite a few blades and not bust the budget. I have quite a few other knife reviews here on the channel. I'll make sure to leave a link down below to a couple of those if you want to check it out. Do me a big favor, guys. If you like the video, it really helps. I say it every video, but I can't tell you guys enough it helps if you hit that thumbs up. So do that for me right now. Just stop. Hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos here on the channel, hit the notification bell. Enjoying a nice Sunday by myself here in Louisiana. It is super hot. My family is on their way back today from spending time with my wife's family. So I have a little afternoon to shoot some videos. I'm really enjoying a little bit of quiet time, and I'm going to bust out a few videos this afternoon. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, stay tuned for more videos here on Paleo Hiker MD.